One of a gecko's most famous talents is their ability to scurry along slick surfaces using their specialised toe pads, including glass windows or even across ceilings. But did you know that the only surface that geckos can't stick to is Teflon? Well, dry Teflon anyway. Add water, however, and it's a different story when their suction skills return in abundance. Contrary to popular belief, geckos don't have sticky toes like being covered in glue. They cling with incredible ease thanks to nanoscale hairs, known as setae, that line every toe in massive numbers. As a whole, the 6.5 million setae on a single gecko can reportedly generate enough force to support the weight of 2 humans. Now that is impressive. Most gecko species are nocturnal and particularly well adapted to hunting in the dark. According to one study of the helmet gecko, it can discriminate colours in dim moonlight when humans are effectively colourblind. The sensitivity of the helmet gecko eye has been calculated to be 350 times higher than human cone vision at the colour vision threshold. The optics and large cones of the gecko are why they can use colour vision at low light intensities. Unlike most lizards, geckos can vocalise with clicks, chirps, barks and other sounds to communicate with fellow geckos. The purpose of the sounds could be to ward away competitors from a territory, to avoid direct fighting or to attract mates, depending on the species and situation. But if you ever hear an odd chirping in your house at night, you might just have a gecko staying with you. There are upward of 35 lizard species in the Pygopodida family. This family falls under the clade of Geckota, which includes 6 families of geckos. These species, endemic to Australia and New Guinea, lack forelimbs and have only vestigial hind limbs that look more like flaps. The species are usually called legless lizards or snake lizards. Like many species of lizard, geckos can drop their tails as a response to predation. When a gecko is grabbed, the tail drops off and continues to twitch and thrash about, providing a great distraction, giving the gecko an opportunity to escape. Geckos also drop their tails as a response to stress or infection. Amazingly, geckos drop their tails along a pre-scored or dotted line, so to speak, which is designed to allow a gecko to lose its tail quickly and with minimal damage to the rest of its body. A gecko can regrow its dropped tail, though the new tail will likely be shorter, blunter, and coloured a little differently to the original. The crested gecko is one species that cannot regrow its tail. Once it's gone, it's gone. Losing a tail isn't a favourable event for a gecko, not only because it's an energy-intensive process to regrow a whole tail, but also because it's a store of nutrients in the event of food scarcity. Because of this, for many gecko species, a plump, well-rounded tail is a good way to gauge the individual gecko's health. Depending on the species, a thin tail might indicate starvation or illness. Geckos' lifespans vary depending on the species, but many will live around 5 years in the wild. Several species are popular as pets and can live quite a bit longer. In captivity, a well-tended gecko can live between 10 to 20 years, and leopard geckos average between 15 and 20 years, with the longest-lived individual recorded at 27 years old. Perhaps one of the oddest gecko facts is that most species lack eyelids. Because they cannot blink, they lick their eyes to keep them clean and moist. It's not only chameleons that can change colour to match their surroundings. Geckos can too. What's more, they can blend into their environment without even seeing their surroundings. In studying Moorish geckos, Domenico Folgioni and his team discovered that it isn't their vision that geckos use to blend in, but rather the skin of their torso. They sense rather than see their surroundings to camouflage themselves, using light-sensitive proteins in the skin, known as opsins. Other species of gecko are particularly adapted to blend in with their habitat based on their skin patterns, which make them look like lichen, moss or textured rock, such as the gecko you can see here. Or can you?